Good morning, year one. I know you're probably thinking, Miss Clark, you look a bit different. I've had to put my glasses on because I'm looking at a screen all day and not your lovely faces, and it's making me have a bit of a headache. So that is why I look like this. Anyway, for today's maths lesson, we are continuing on this week with our 3D shapes. This is actually our last week of shape learning before we move on to our next topic in term 3. So let's round off our shapes with a bang. So the first lesson we are going to do is sorting our 3D shapes. And I know you had a little go at this the other day, but today we're going to be doing it in a slightly different way. So on the screen, you can see I have two circles with some question marks. And this is because we are going to think of some different ways to sort the shapes. You might want to, after I've had a go, pause and maybe come up with your own ways with a grown-up. But first of all, let's do one together. So I think I'm going to sort by, let's have a little look. I'm going to do flat faces. Ooh. Flat faces. So that would be like on these shapes because they have flat faces, like a cube, or they could be round faces. So like on a sphere, or there is another shape on this screen that has a round face. I wonder if anybody can spot it. So, sorry, just wanted to get our nice handwriting. There we go. So, I'm going to have a little go now at sorting the shapes. So, a flat face, a cube, round, all the way around one face. I could sort my sphere into this circle. I wonder if anybody can help me with this one here. Brilliant, it would go into the flat faces circle. What about this shape here? Now, this is a little confusing because it doesn't have either or, it has both. It has a flat face and a round face. So I would want to pop it bang in the middle here, as it has both of them. Maybe we could actually move these over slightly so that they can cross to show like a Venn diagram that it would be both of them. Here we go. That's a bit better. Let's pop that one there. And then I would also need to put this one here as well, wouldn't I? That's another cylinder, just a bit more squashed. What about this sphere over here? Brilliant, that would go in round faces. And finally, this cuboid, flat, brilliant. So this way on the screen is one way I have sorted my shapes. Okay, so I'm now going to think of another way that I can sort my shapes. I'm going to do vertices, so corners, or no corners. Okay, so this one has some corners, a cube. So does this cube here. So does this cheeky cuboid. This cylinder has no corners. It doesn't have an edge and an edge that meets together. It's just got this edge here that goes all the way around and this edge that goes all the way around. Whereas on a cube, you have this edge and this edge which meet to make this corner here. A sphere just has a face, has no edges or corners, and their cylinder would go there. So this is another way that I have thought about sorting my shapes, which was very similar to the last way that we sorted our shapes on Thursday. So I wonder now if I move this off the screen and return it to blank again, if you would like to pause and have a go at sorting in another way with your grown-up. So you might want to talk to your grown-up and think about the ways you could sort and then point to the shape and tell them where it would go. Happy sorting! Okay, brilliant. I wonder the different ways that you've had a go at sorting. You could have done shapes that roll, shapes that don't roll. You could have also done shapes that have sharp corners, shapes that don't, shapes that have edges, shapes that don't. Many different ways you could have sorted. So for today's activity, you are going to have to go on a hunt again around your house to find those 3D shapes. And then you have some questions, which I will show you now. You only actually need to do one side, as we would have chopped up this for someone else in the class. So there is just this side here for you. So you've got to answer the question, which of the shapes roll? Which of the shapes have corners? Which of the shapes have 4 faces? Which of the shapes have 6 corners? Which of the shapes have 4 or more edges? So you can test these questions using the shapes that you have in front of you. Once you are happy with that, you can then go to this sheet here, which has some 3D shapes for you to cut out and stick under the question that you think it belongs to. So for example, this one here, which of the shapes roll? You would go through your 3D shapes, practice maybe with the sphere and the cylinder and the cube, and which of those do you think would roll? Brilliant, it would most likely be the sphere and cylinder as they have round faces. So then I would cut out my sphere, cut out my cylinder and stick it under here. And then I would move on to the next one. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions for you to answer. And then you might want to have a go at thinking of your own, or your grown-up could think of another one. And you can work together to test the shapes and then stick the correct shape underneath. And that is your activity for today. So I hope you have great fun doing another maths lesson, and I can't wait to see the amazing learning that you have all done on Tapestry or by email, and I know Miss Evans feels the same. Have a great Monday, my gorgeous ones, and happy home learning. Bye!